Cheers everybody, this is 7 o'clock in the morning in North Yorkshire and welcome to another walkabout video. Today, someone's been shitting. Today we're heading towards Whashton, which is on a hill, quite a good view from it. And we're going to have a look around there. Hopefully there'll be nobody about. It's quite warm, to be honest. One of the warmest mornings we've had this year. Yeah, so we're going to go that way towards Hartforth. You'll find that a lot of the walks around here, they go through the same villages, but after Hartforth, it kind of like you got little choices of what routes to take and that. So we're gonna go this way. Why do they just stare? They just stare at you, don't they? Then they just start running away. Belong on the bloody. Anyway, we might see some wildlife this morning, and I'm not talking about just sheep. We might just see some geese over there, some deer, might even see the old fox. He wants to have a go, he does. Don't you, mate? He wants to have a go. Oh, must have hangovers, these sheep. They just want to have a go at you. Go on, bugger off. Yep, you're on YouTube. I bet one of these start chasing me. Yeah, might see the old fox, the old badger, the old owl, bird of prey even. You never know. You never know. Be careful of this house here. There's a crazy dog what resides in there. He likes to escape. Well, I have to say, the ground is definitely kind of like dried itself out, so it's not as boggy. Bloody noisy git. It's not as boggy. So the last time I came out, absolutely saturated in mud and shit. But you know, that's what you get for living in the country. Getting covered in shit everywhere you walk. So yeah, I usually, I do come out early quite often. When I first moved here, I used to come out a lot earlier. Used to come out a bloody small hours of the day for a jaunt. Head torch. So yeah, gonna have a nice little strut, go back and fry up a mess in a pan. I call it a mess in a pan. Black pudding, bacon, all the stuff which will kill you, eggs, fried bread, mushrooms, beans, hash browns, you know what I mean. So I thought I'd come out early, burn some calories off first, like you do, and sleep it off the rest of the day. I'm not going to touch any beer today. I don't really drink on a Sunday, really. No, I just never have done, really. Anyway, no beer today. I don't drink through the week, believe it or not. People think that I do because the reviews come up every day, but no, they're all scheduled. So yeah, so I'm quite a clean living. I don't smoke. I may be overweight. That's down to my age, most probably. Yeah, she said, I had my NHS checkup. And she said to me, more or less certain terms, that you were a fat bastard. You need to kind of like strip some weight off you. But that's easier said than done, isn't it? So yeah, cracking morning. So we're taking a path now to Hartforth. Now this field, it grows a lot of stuff in this field. Like, it's always well looked up, well worked, should I say, this field. Loads of stuff. It's a quagmire though when it's really, really wet. Definitely. But as you can see, beautiful clear day, clear skies. Spring's certainly on its way. The birds are here, they're making a racket. So yeah, what we're going to do is do a little circular. Well, I think I haven't made up my mind what way we're going to go yet. Whether we go that way, or whether we go that way. Not sure. Oh, I'm sport for choice. So, I decided to turn left. Go by Hartforth Hall, or wherever it is. Which I showed you last week. So we're going down to that bridge again, where the beck is and stuff. I will be doing more videos like this, and I'll be going around to different locations as well, especially in the summer. It's one way of getting fit, well, trying to lose the weight. And I've seen places where I want to show you a bit of Yorkshire, tell you why I moved up here, a little bit why I moved up here, and what I like best about Yorkshire. Apart from the beer, that is, because the beer is good. The breweries are everywhere up here. So from a beer perspective, Yorkshire's great. It really is. So we're coming up to the beck like we did last week. Instead of going up to the woods, we're going to turn right and go along the beck towards Whashton. There we go, isn't it? Beautiful. We're going to go that way. Yeah. I don't know why he's done that, but fenced that bit off here, but anyway he has. That's why you get the grass growing most probably. So yeah. So this is what used to be a hotel. I don't know if it still is. This used to be a wedding location as well for people. Very old hotel. It's funny how the beck was dead calm back there, and suddenly there's ripples occurring as you go along. But it's dead quiet around here. Dead quiet, apart from me nattering, yapping away to you. But no, I think that's made up of a private residence as well behind. I remember seeing a house for sale, local estate agents. Definitely the birds are the noisiest ones, not me. I will take you along this walk again, because throughout the year obviously things change, you know, with the seasons, and in summer it's, you know, a lot different to what this is now obviously, but coming up to a very unusual house. This nice big long driveway, very, very private, apart from it's got a public bridleway running around it, or public footpath, not bridleway. Bridleway's a little bit wider than this. So, here we go. Guard dogs on duty. Up there. It's got a fire going as well. I love the smell of burning charcoal. Something about it. When I was a kid, I used to go out with my mates on a Saturday night, and we just used to hang around the playgrounds and that where I used to live, and it used to have the smell of the chimneys burning in all the houses. So, going up to the bridge. There's fire burning, twigs burning anyway. Go over here. See, up here. There we go. This is still the beck that's running by the village. Go through there. This gets really muddy. There's his back garden there. But it's beautiful in the summer light. Full of twigs. And greenhouse. Up here. Careful not to slip over, Brownie. What have I done to this sty? Ah. That one there. So that's it there. You can see behind the trees. Right, we're getting to a point now where we get to a bit of a junction. Now, I don't know what they've changed it. Whether or not we go up this way or we stick to the road. We might stick to the road. I've got a feeling it could be steeper. For Whashton, Clonmel stay this side. For Hertford stay this side. So for Whashton, we go up there. Or we stick to the road. I think we'll stick to the road. So that way it goes to Ravensworth, which I will do another video for. So we're going to go up this steep road, which will take us to Whashton. If you live here and it snows, you're pretty much buggered with this road, I'll tell you. So onwards and upwards. No pain, no gain, as they say. Right, we're at the foot of the hill. It's half a mile according to the sign. I don't think it's half a mile, but I could be wrong. So I thought, well, how am I going to motivate myself to come up this hill and not feel the pain of it, if you know what I mean? So I thought to myself, well, I'll talk to you. Talk to you, then by the time I've got carried away talking to you, we were at the top. It's getting a little bit steep now, I have to say. So, been an eventful week for me. Mrs. B was rushed to A&E Tuesday. Side effects from an injection she had last week. quite scary at first, but what was quite amusing is that when I got to the hospital, they couldn't find her. They didn't have her on the system. Sent me to, got a bit of toothpaste there, sent me to all over the hospital. Eventually I found her by accident. But now, eventful week. So she's recovering, back at home. Is there a car coming? Don't think so. So she's recovering back at home, and I thought I'd come out for a strut. What you do? See lads on dirt bikes, scramblers used to call them when I was a kid. Kickstart and all that. So it's getting steep now. I'll tell you it's getting steep. We'll get there. I'll be knackered when I get home, like. And Mrs. B's doing that fire up. So, up we go. Trust me, it's worth the view when you get to the top. It is. It's definitely worth the view when you get up there. But I feel like my legs and arms are made out of lead. Absolutely. I'll have to have a rest when I get to the top here. I'm bloody warm. It's 6 degrees. I tell you what, I'm sweating buckets for getting all the fat tucked off me. Stone walls there. All you southerners watching. There you go. Yeah, surprising stone walls. First thing that I saw when I came up north for a visit, there's a bloody stone wall. How do they stay up? So hopefully I might see the end of this bend. Hopeful. God, I'm losing some weight now. I can feel it shedding off me. So, where are we? Oh, so that one there, can't see it, that one behind me, Mr. Bull, big bull, goes in there. I don't know whether or not, maybe go on that one. No, let's go, stick to the road, like you do. Oh. What way you get yourself fit, innit? I mean, I don't know how they do it. I see people double my age walking up hills like this, and as if it's nothing to them. But me, I think, God, I'm a fat bastard, aren't I? We're certainly getting there now, near at the top of the hill, coming up to Whashton. And a very small village made up of a big farm to our left. Used to be a pub on the corner. I think it's more like a B&B stroke restaurant now. So we walked 3 mile. Doesn't feel like 3 mile. Feels a lot longer. So I'll take you up and get some views in a minute. I'll show you the high street, if you want to call it high street. Very old fashioned, isn't it? It's like going back in time. Old post box. There's a high street. Hack and Spade restaurant. And that is basically it. Gilling West is over there. So we get a view. Best kept village, 1973. yeah, I was bored. So let's sit here for a minute. Take 5. So over there in the distance you've got the North York Moors, Teesside way over there, and in the distance you can see the A66. In the foreground to that there's a farm, Mainsgill farm shop over there. You can see Teesdale in the distance, and that's going over the Cumbria that way. Some cottages there. Right, time to head back to Gilling, I suppose. So we're going to go this way. We're going to go a different route. We're doing a full circle. So we're going to go down this grass bank and go down past the farmyard. Hopefully there won't be any dogs. There's always dogs barking. Proper guard dogs. I haven't been in Hack and Spade. I'm sure it's very nice. But it's got a nice price as well. So we're going to go down to the farm, and we will cut back through a section of wood and go past the pig farm and the wedding venue, which I showed you last week, which I won't put on this one because it'd be a bit pointless me showing you the same things every time I go out for a strut, if you know what I mean. So, and hopefully by the time I get back, it'll be about 45 minutes. By the time I get back, Mrs. B will have that fry up. I'll show you something. This is a novel way to use the old telephone boxes, put a defibrillator in them. I think we got one of them in Gilling. So that was Whashton. Bit disappointed I haven't seen much wildlife today. Actually hardly any at all. I've seen one rabbit and one sheep. Well, no, a pack of sheep. Is it a pack of sheep? A group of sheep. What's the word for a group of sheep? A gaggle of sheep. But no, it's everything is certainly waking up slowly here. Regarding wildlife. The humans are most probably still in bed because they got hangovers. But a little bit more of a stone wall there for you. More snowdrops. Everything will start springing to life very, very soon over the coming weeks. Spring's my favourite time of year, definitely. You know, you're gonna like hold yourself up through winter. It's just you just don't want to go out at all. But spring, everything. That's why I tend to go abroad in winter. If you notice on this channel, a lot of my videos when I do stuff abroad, it's usually in the autumn, February time. It's very rare I'll go abroad in the summer because, you know, you don't feel the need to go abroad in the summer because you got the weather. But when it comes to winter, you think, ooh, get on that plane. So Mr. Bike Rider's off his way. Very nice bike as well. I just had a little chat with him. Told him I used to do that a long time ago. I'll have to get myself a mountain bike again. It's one of the very few things I was very, very good at as well. So maybe get one of them. It cost a bit though. There's no point getting a cheap mountain bike because obviously they just fall to bits. You need to spend a bit. I wouldn't get an electric bike though, that defeats the object. So yeah, so we're going along here. We're going to go up that little small incline into some woods and it will go down into a dip. Now these woods here are gamekeepers' woods. This is where they keep the pheasants, feed the pheasants, rear the pheasants if you want. for whatever they want to do with them, which I'm not going to get into. In there, private property. Accidentally stumbled in there once, but I didn't see the sign. But so there you go. That's a farm on the hill. Not too sure about the farm, what farm that is or who owns it. Very rare I come this way, to believe it or not. I usually just go to Whashton and come straight back. But as I'm doing this video, you know, like I said, it'd be pointless me showing you the same things every time I come out. So, is anyone? So there's the gamekeeper's place. We're going to go down here into this little dip. It's quite precarious. Even on your feet, let alone on a bike. Nah, it's alright on a bike. As long as you distribute your weight over the back wheel coming down a hill like this, you'll be alright. So, don't know what that sign says there. It says, please keep dogs under control. They must have had some big issues here regarding dogs, and we're going to have to get across this without getting my feet wet and not dropping my phone in the bloody water. So, bear with me. Right, we're on our final jaunt. Whew. Bloody hell. Warm. Really warm. Again, thank you very much for joining me on this. These type of videos is not going to be a weekly thing. When I can, when I've got a spare few hours, I will come out and do some. And like I say, I'm going to do some in different places as well. Next one might even be in my local town. So thank you very much for joining me. Big thank you, especially if he watches this, to Matthew Barker this week for sending me something special in the post. Thank you. It certainly makes what you do on YouTube worthwhile. You know, I've never been one for numbers as such. Just to have a loyal, small loyal following, and I'm very happy, very much so. It's getting boggy here. So again, Matthew, thank you very much for that. As for live stuff, I'm not sure about that at the moment, doing any live stuff, or it's just my life at the moment is very much dedicated to looking after her back indoors. Got to look after her, and finally time to do the beers so you can get one upload a day, which I'm doing successfully at the moment. And live stuff, you know, it doesn't fit in with me at the moment, definitely not. Not saying I won't do it, but for me, priorities are different priorities, you know. This is a hobby. It's not a serious thing. It's nice that you do get, you know, breweries and that, you know, thanking you for reviewing your beer and stuff. But you know, my channel's always been about promoting beer as such, promoting breweries, promoting bottle shops and stuff, not criticising breweries as such. But when you go to the supermarket and you do taste some of the stuff they've got in them, you can't help but not be truthful and about them. And you know, it's all about trying to give a young brewer, you know, confidence and that to brew beer more, or you know, and stuff like that. It's not about ripping breweries to shreds. But sometimes, like I say, you get a beer which pisses you off so much you can't help but just do it. But I'll be honest, I've always been honest when I review beer, but there's a big no-no that I won't do, is that if I get a beer from, say, a small brewery and it's really, really bad, I won't release a review. Basically because if they're a small brewery, you know, they're out on their own, they're trying to, I would give them feedback more than post a review up, because I think feedback to a brewer is more important than, and does them, you know, and does them more good than sticking a review out from a small brewer and slating their beer. It's not on. It's a big no-no for me. So the beers I usually slate are from the big corporations who should know better. You know, your Brewdogs, your Salts, you know, them big boys, you know, who should know better and should treat their customer better. So, you know, that's a bit of an inside for you. Yeah. Truthful with my beer reviews, definitely. But if I get something that is really bad from a small brewer, I will not post it on. And I wouldn't tell you about it either. I'll keep that between me and the fellow who's brewing it. More or less full circle, we're coming back to my village. There's the farm I showed you last week with the pigs. Had the pigs squealing away, like you do. Looking forward to my bacon sandwich. And over there is my village. Oh yes, by the way, I got a comment this week, well, yesterday, and this week, various comments about my thoughts of what's going on in my football club. I can tell you, it's a fucking disgrace what's going on there. Absolute disgrace what's going on. I don't know how to run a football club, do they? I don't know I don't know if there's some sort of conspiracy behind it all, because yesterday's game was unbelievably, what a joke. It's as if Ben Narak was putting it into his own net on purpose. So does a club, here is a question for you, does a club get more money getting promoted back to the Premiership than staying in the Premiership? There you go, tell us on a postcard please, because that's what it feels like. You know, they're so bad you could say, fuck me, you're doing it on purpose. Terrible. I mean, a manager like Nathan Jones should have been gone weeks ago, but he's still there. So it makes you think whether or not there's something underlying behind it all. That's the way I think. Overthink, that's my problem. Overthink situations, always have done. You could call it paranoia if you want, but it's just overthinking everything. You know, looking between the fine lines of stuff going on in the world. And of course, nothing is going on in the world, it's just the way you perceive it as. Today's route was from my house over there, and we walked all the way along the bottom of the valley, I want to call it, over to Hartforth, right over towards Whashton. We went up the hill behind them woods, and we've come back full circle round back on this road from last week and back home for a nice big fry up. So cheers everyone, see you on my next walkabout.